I think what got me into fishing is the same as everyone else, my mom and dad.
It's the pursuit for me, the pursuit of fish. I love to catch all kinds of fish, and I love to catch big fish.
My fondest memories were probably 2, 3, 4 years old. You go fishing, and I always remember I caught my first muskie almost 70 years ago. I have been bitten ever since. That's all I think about. It truly is an addiction, and I am addicted to fishing. As a young kid, my best buddy was from Finland, and before anyone in North America had the original Rapala lures, I had them. And so growing up as a little kid fishing for walleyes, the only lure I ever used was a Rapala. So now you transpose all these years later, they enter the soft bait market. I've seen what they've done on jigging wraps and the hard baits and jerk baits and cranks and those sorts of things. And then all of a sudden, I get word that they're going to introduce CrushCities. Their track record is so good, they're not going to do something until they have refined it and got it well. I couldn't wait to see what was coming out.
So, who's Liam?
Liam is my grandson, and I have to be honest and say I think he's been bitten by the same bug. I think it's contagious, and we started fishing, as I said, when he was probably 1.5, 2 years old. I like to think he's a chip off the old block, or that the acorn doesn't fall too far from the tree, but he's an amazing, amazing angler, and he's my best fishing pal.
Weird.
Ooh, nice one, Ruck. He should have a follower. Oh, there is, right there, I saw him. I'll land him, Nuck.
Oh, there he is.
Got him? You got him. Good boy.
Oh, yours is really big. Here, I'll land mine quick and...
But look at that. Isn't that a beauty?
So where does the nickname Knuckles come from?
When he was a little kid, he called him Knucklehead. It has stuck for 21 years.
Oh, it's a big.
Smallie?
Big smallie. I literally don't remember a life without fishing. It's just always been a part of my life, and it's all that I know. I can remember a funny story that my grandma will always tell me is downstairs, Gordo had a big muskie box, and I wasn't allowed to look in that, you know, simple danger factor as a 2-year-old. And I finally grew to the age where I asked my grandma after the 1000th time, she finally let me and brought me downstairs, and apparently I was literally shaking out of excitement while she was opening up the hatch so I could finally look at these lures. And so it's just something that I've always just had an interest in. To put it simply, Gord's my grandpa, but he's more than that. He's always been my mentor. One of the things I think that's just helped me learn in the sport of fishing and just in general is just asking a bunch of questions. And Gord's always been great with that. Anybody that knows him knows he's just a wealth of knowledge. It's kind of like having an encyclopedia as one of your best buddies. It's the pursuit for me, the pursuit of fish. I love to catch all kinds of fish, and I love to catch big fish. I only ever use stuff that I really like to use, and I've always been an advocate of Rapala's products. I mean, they're a legendary name. In order to be a legendary company, you need to create legendary products. And so when Rapala came out with the CrushCity line of soft plastics, I mean, soft plastics are one of the biggest segments in fishing lures. So in order for a company like Rapala to break into that whole side of fishing, they really needed to make an impact. These aren't normal soft plastics. They're every single, to the most minute detail, has been considered. Each one of these things is a piece of art. I mean, they've put a ton of effort, a ton of resources into designing these baits perfectly with a name like Rapala going on the front of these packages. You know that they believe in their product And you can literally see that, feel that, and experience that when you use these baits. Lake of the Woods is the mecca for multi-species. And there are a lot of different techniques, a lot of different approaches, a lot of different fishing styles, scenarios where you need a wide range of lures that get offered, and you need a wide range of colors. It's awesome to have that, but in a sense, you almost need it to be able to multi-species angle properly. They're eating the jerk. Soft plastic minnow. I mean, everything needs to eat and everything eats a minnow.
A jerk throwing a jerk.
And I mean, that's one of the things that I love about CrushCity is they offer that diversity. You're able to use a Ned rig in the colors that you want. You're able to use a jerk in the colors that you want. You can pick up either of them and it's just lights out fishing. I mean, that's what plastics are all about. It's a pretty surreal feeling knowing that I have the opportunity to grow in the fishing career, and Gord was a prime example. He did it, and he did it very well. And so I was lucky enough to be a part of the iCast release. So I was there with Jacob Wheeler, who designed the product from the bottom up. I was there with the marketing crew. I know that when people get these baits in their hands, they're gonna be equally as excited and happy. I mean, my career is relatively short. I'm still in school and I've never got to be a part of the forefront of a certain product. So I think that'll go down as a pretty memorable aspect in my career, being the part of the launch of CrushCity. I mean, being there when it first came out and being a part of the company when they launched this whole brand. It's going to be super cool to one day look back on that when these lures have been adopted by everybody and loved by everybody. It's going to be cool to just see it just infiltrate the fishing industry.